Hi, grade 5. So I wanted to review how we're going to be making our petroglyph carvings today. So remember, first we need to have a message. We need to use 2 to 4 symbols to make our message. So you can choose any of the symbols from any of the handouts that I gave you. So I'm going to choose this one. This is a Kokopelli symbol. It's a very common symbol for like musicians. So here's my little Kokopelli guy. So I'm going to do that. So I kind of want to do a silly message. I was going to do the Kokopelli and a turtle. And a foot. So I was thinking this could mean playing music makes the turtles dance. So just a silly message. So playing music makes the turtles dance. And I'm going to use this to be what I'm carving into my rock. So remember, we have 2 options for rocks. We can either use a real rock or we can make a rock out of clay. So first I'm going to show you how to do the real rock. So when I'm going to use a carving tool like this, they're a little bit sharp, so you need to be really careful with them. Now I could try to carve just straight into it, and that works pretty well. But if you want to make it a little darker, you can actually use a crayon to color your stone a little bit darker first, and that will help your message show a little more intensely because it will be popping out from that color. Okay, so I'm trying to make my stone color a little bit darker. And now I'm going to carve my message. See how that shows up a little bit brighter now? So got my, trying to carve my Kokopelli shape. And you want to get rid of that rock dust as you're working. And if you mess up, it's okay. You can just color with a little bit more crayon. Like, I don't want it to be light right there, so I'm just going to darken that up a little bit. The hands, the flute, see? And the legs. So I have my first symbol carved into the rock. Okay, so Kokopelli is the dance, playing music makes the turtles dance. So I would continue by carving the rest of my message. Now, if you would like to make your own rock out of clay, we're going to use this kind of clay. And each person will get half of one of these. So please share with a neighbor. So divide it in half, or someone might do this for you. So you have a little ball. Now this is very white and it doesn't really look like a rock. What I'm going to do is take a marker and I'm going to color my rock a little bit, just to get some color into it. And then I can mix it around. And you can see this brown color is starting to mix into the clay a little bit. Do you see how it makes some nice lines and stuff? I want it a little darker, so I'm going to add a little bit more. And you can do this with other colors too, if you want to add a little bit of black or red or other kind of rock colors. That could be cool. Okay, so once I have a rock color that I like how there's still some swirls in it, I'm going to roll it into a ball and kind of flatten it out a little bit. And then I have some fun texture stamps that you can use to add a little bit of surface texture. Oops, it sticks to the paper. Be careful of that. So do you see how that makes a little bit more of a rock kind of a texture? I really like this texture. There's also like the zigzag. There's also this kind of grid texture. Looks more like a waffle than a rock. I'm gonna go back to this one. And if you don't like something, you can always just kind of roll it back up again and change it. Okay, so now I have this rock. And what I should do now is always write my name, okay? And your class block. Let's say I'm 5A. Okay, so make sure you write your name on the back. And then on your front, we're gonna use these tools to carve your message. So here's my message. And I want to do the music makes the turtles dance message. Now, the reason I asked you to only do 2 to 4 symbols is because it is going to be harder to carve more than that. And you can see it's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky to see, but I'm going to try my best here. And if you want to use other tools, if you want to use like a pencil to poke into the clay, or if you can think of other objects that would help you out. So here I have sort of a Cocopelli shape. And later on, after it dries, we could also color it a little bit to make it more clear. So let's see, maybe I could add some. Ooh, yeah. I'm adding just a little bit of oil pastel to the top layer. And that makes it so that my message, my symbol, stands out a little bit more. I would recommend doing that kind of after you've carved your symbol, after it's dried a little bit. Okay, turtle. You can also use, you know, the other side. Maybe you want to like go like this or like this. These don't work quite as well for the clay, but you can try one also. Turtle. Another thing is if you have clay that's a little bit more dry, it might be more easy to sort of carve into and actually like carve some pieces out of the clay as you're working. Okay, music, turtle, and then maybe I'll put my third message at the bottom because I'm kind of running out of space. You can stretch your clay. Playing music makes the turtles dance. Let's do a foot down here. Dance. Okay, so it's really important you keep your message with you, and I'm going to ask you to turn this in with your rock so that I can see what your message is and what you were thinking about as you were making your sculpture, okay? When I moved it, my name moved a little. Might need to rewrite that again. Okay, so I hope this makes sense and that you have a lot of fun with it.